Hello, hello. Brian from 2Fab here. How are you all doing today?
Good.
Good.
I gotta say, I watched the first couple episodes. I didn't want to get too far ahead, but I am so into it already. I can't wait for everyone else to see it. But the show is all about kind of falling for the wrong people, ignoring red flags. I'm curious for each of you, what are the biggest red flags for you when it comes to maybe dating someone new?
I would say like them not wanting to introduce you to their friends, or if you've been together for a long time, to their family, and kind of like keeping you like separate from the rest of their life. I feel like it's always like a big no-no.
How about Kat or Sonia?
I guess this might sound incredibly basic, but I think charm can sometimes really overwhelm, and the moments in which you can really see someone is a good person or not, you know, whether that's like a small interaction or a big thing. I think keeping an eye on it's a big red flag.
Yeah, making sure they're not just a charming person. There's something more going on underneath.
And sex can be blinding.
Very good point. Which does bring me into my next question. This show does see, it seems like there are quite a few sex scenes. The first episode alone starts with the montage of the two leads, just their time together. For each of you, were there hesitations when it came to doing, these types of scenes? Was there an intimacy coordinator on set? I know, we're following Hulu's Normal People, which also made a lot of headlines for how it portrayed sex. Just what were the conversations like for this show?
Yeah, there was an intimacy coordinator, and before we shot, like a day or two before we shot each sex scene, like she went through with us and like really got down to the details, like what are you comfortable showing, what are you not comfortable showing, for how long. And so it was nice, like we never felt like we were just going into it blind and like having to like make it up on the spot. I feel like that can sometimes be a problem. It's like everything was like decided and like figured out. So once we got there on the day, we just had to, do what we said we were comfortable doing, and it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
I think we're moving into like this new realm of television. Like I really do think it's just gonna become the norm. And I think it's cool, like the transparency, and seeing human bodies like on screen. And it's cool.
Yeah, I was just curious, how does it feel? Like you kind of mentioned that this is kind of a new norm for all productions, and thank God. I think obviously it's been far too long without it being regular, but have you seen kind of a shift firsthand?
I feel like I've been so lucky in that around the time that I started to work and scenes like this were coming up was in the era of intimacy coordinators. And
Yeah.
so mostly I just feel really grateful that that is the moment in which I'm working, and that people are very uh, on top of just making sure that everyone feels safe and respected and protected, and that the communication is clear.
Hmm. And lastly, I did want to ask about working with Emma Roberts. This is her first show under her, overall deal at Hulu. Just what was it like collaborating with her and Megan? Just it's as far as being able to work on your characters, or just that collaboration.
Yeah, I think that there is a great sense of collaboration. Everyone was always very open to like discussion, and like open to like hearing your thoughts. Like unlike the title of the show, like I think that there was a lot of like honesty, which is so important when you're working on something that can be so personal and intimate. It always felt like there was the freedom and space to speak your mind.
And it was nice because that could be, you could text and be like, like a few days in advance, or you could be on set and be like, I have an idea, and just pitch it and see what people thought of it. And that was a really cool environment to be a part of.
Kat, do you want to add anything before we go?
Ditto to everything that they both said.
All right. Well, thank you all for your time. I look forward to seeing the rest of the season. It looks like it's going to be a wild show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.